Hello everyone! I've finally been able to collect the tomes required for the legendary questline, which means that I'll finally be able to tell you about the final chapter. Croft has been kind enough to let me use the Horde side of the questline, so we can actually see the end for both factions. A minor warning before we begin, this video will talk about the final events of the legendary questline, so for those that haven't done it yet, and you still want to explore it for yourself, there are spoilers ahead. Also talk a little bit about the information that they've announced for Legion, so if you don't want any spoilers, let me just say thank you very much for watching, and please turn off the video right now. It's been a while since we talked about the questline, so a very quick recap. Gul'dan is evil, and Khadgar knows this, so we have to stop them, and to power us up, we get a ring. We also capture Garona Halforcen, Gul'dan's assassin, who was sent to kill Khadgar, but thankfully she failed. Now our captive, Khadgar, tries desperately to free her mind, and he actually succeeds in doing this with the Orb of Dominion, which turns Garona into an extremely powerful ally. While Cortana goes out to destroy the orb, we team up with Garona in pursuit of Gul'dan. At the Iron Horde compound, we learn that the Iron Horde is not happy with the warchief, since we're kicking their butts all over the place, and Gul'dan offers the demon blood once more. This time, it's Killrock Deadeye that accepts the offer, and Gromash is captured by the powerful warlock.
You were to be the first, Hellscream. You were destined to be my greatest champion. And instead, you chose this. You have no vision. Behold, what a true seat of power demands. A citadel of hellish fire worthy of my masters. A monument to entomb the souls of all who would dare to defy us.
They will defy you. I have seen their forces in battle. They are fearless. It does not matter what vile creatures you summon to the battle. They will persevere. Their resolve is unbreaking. They will come. They will fight. And they will wash their blades of your blood in victory.
Fight if you must, Hellscream. It is no matter. In the end, we all serve the Legion.
Gul'dan has taken the Iron Horde, offered them all the demon blood once more, and this time most of them accepted, turning them into the Fel Hordes. He didn't like the way that Hellfire Citadel was looking, so he did a bit of decorating, while Gromash is still captured and they're going to break his iron will. Our quest, given by Khadgar, is the same as it was at the very start. We have to stop Gul'dan, and now with the Fel Horde at his side, it's become more difficult than ever. Simply assaulting the gates of Tanaan would be very unwise, so either Varian Win or Vol'jin, they advise us to build up a shipyard and attack from both land and sea.
The Horde be counting on you, Commander. Find us a shipwright so we can surround Tanaan.
After rescuing the Orc Rourke and building up a transport vessel, we're ready to set sail and assault the Fel Horde from two sides. We're going to go in through the sea lanes into Tanaan Jungle, while the rest of our forces, they assault the main gates.
Commander, the savage seas of Draenor are now yours to conquer. The way lies open for our invasion of Tanaan.
For the legendary questline, we receive two quests. One is taking us into Hellfire Citadel, while the other one has us fighting at sea. I've already done a video which I go further into the story of Tanaan Jungle and the bosses in Hellfire Citadel, so if you want those details, the link is in the description. The short version, if you don't want to check it out, is that we're kicking the crap out of the Fel Horde, we stop Gul'dan from using the Cipher of Damnation, and we take out the powerful troops that he has either summoned, converted, or corrupted. Each of his lieutenants has a chance to drop a Tome of Chaos, chaos, as Khadgar explains in the questline. If history is any indication, Gul'dan is training a whole generation of warlocks to marshal against us. If we act fast, we can stem the tide and make things easier on ourselves. As you and your fellow heroes venture into the depths of Hellfire Citadel, seek out tomes of chaos from Gul'dan's lieutenants. They're dangerous, so don't read any of them, not even the pictures, especially not the pictures. So we go into the Hellfire Citadel to assault and stop the Fell Horde, while also collecting 33 tomes of chaos. Next to that, we have the missions that are going on at sea. We have a transport vessel, which is very nice, but if we're going to do some real damage, we'll have to build an arsenal. Gul'dan wasted no time integrating his Shadow Council minions into every rank of the Iron Horde. The naval fleet that once owed loyalty only to Kromash is now his to command. If we want to fight back, we're going to need more than just a couple of transport ships. We must build an arsenal. We need your expertise, Commander. Upgrade your dockyards and create a fleet capable of dominating the seas. 15 naval missions, that's about all the experience that we'll need. So we build our submarines, our destroyers, all kinds of vessels, and we send them away. The missions are very diverse. Sometimes we'll face off against the Fell Horde, sometimes Alliance and Horde go at each other, and sometimes we'll help out a Kraken, for example, who will then help us in turn. Most of these missions are suicide missions. Countless lives on these vessels are sent to the bottom of the sea, all for the sake for us of getting some naval experience. The commander has a lot of letters to write once all is said and done, but eventually we manage to upgrade our shipyard to level 2 and we're ready to track down Gul'dan's ship. The questline says, Khadgar has been doing a little digging, or whatever you call digging in naval terms, snorkeling. Gul'dan has sent his most powerful flagship on a scouting mission to the four corners of Draenor. He is mapping out all the oceanic ley line conjunctions. This is information that he could use to upgrade our ring, but in Gul'dan's hands, it could be catastrophic. Scramble the fleet, hunt down his infamous flagship, the Master's Call, and steal that map before they complete their mission.
Come back in
We will send Gul'dan's filth to the bottom of the sea.
Ley lines are channels of immense power that course through the earth itself like blood vessels, carrying arcane magic instead of the scarlet fluid. So basically they're lines with power across the planet. Draenor has them, Azeroth has them. Ley lines are lines of power. In order to track Gul'dan's flagship, we capture Iron Fist Harbor, we interrogate the prisoners, and they inform us about the whereabouts of the flagship. This leads to us tracking it down, eventually sending it to the bottom of the sea, and we got our hands on the Dranic Sea Chart. As we turn in the quest, Khadgar says, Yes, this is it. This map is invaluable. By triangulating the oceanic junction points, we can graph out Draenor's key lines. There's where I built my tower, of course. Energy also seems to converge near Karabor, and here by the Throne of Elements. Oh, very good. We'll be able to put this to use very soon. So we're busy, we've collected the tomes within Hellfire Citadel, we've collected the Dranic Sea Chart, and with all of those collected, we return to Khadgar, who gives us the next part of the quest. We've got to destroy these tomes. Many of them have actual tortured souls bound to the pages, so we can't just burn them. Cordana will know what to do. Take these books to my tower in Zangara, and give them to Cordana.
Give
Cordana my best. She's been quite distant lately.
A little Easter egg awaits as we travel to Khadgar's tower. Since the black dragon Rephion, he's floating near the entrance, and as we go in, he flies away. As I tried to record it, I didn't catch him at the start, but he was flying away, he was actually there. And for those that have been asking me, I have no idea what Rephion is doing here. Last we heard of him was way back when at the start, patch 6.0 I believe, at Admiral Taylor's garrison. In the log, we can read that Taylor's men, they found Rephion, and Taylor isn't sure who's the captive and who's the captor. Rephion seeks asylum in the garrison, claiming that he did something to cheese off the ogres, which at the time I speculated had something to do with the tower in Frostfire Ridge. There's a tower there, the ogres are stuck in time, but we have no idea. They send a message to the king, informing them that the black dragon is in the garrison, but soon after, things take a turn for the worst. The Iron Horde had attacked the garrison, and during this attack, one of their men, a Feel, he went missing. Rephion warned Taylor to keep an eye on the Feel, and his warning was not without reason. Soon after, as Taylor is fighting in the arena, a Feel takes over and all hell breaks loose in the garrison. We arrive to find it as a ghost town, with Taylor being converted into the undead, and Rephion is nowhere to be found. That's the last we heard of the Black Dragon, and they most likely had plans to do something with the storyline, yet it was never implemented and never explained. Perhaps the Black Prince will explain a bit more of his actions in the next expansion? I doubt it, but who knows. For now, we'll focus on the events in Warlords. As we arrive at the tower, we're informed by James Lamone to be careful, since Gul'dan has declared Khadgar's tower off limits and she's acting very odd. The arcane guardians that were guarding the tower are destroyed, and inside we find the warden holding the Orb of Dominion, the same orb we used to free Garona's mind. Gul'dan had promised to destroy this orb, but apparently its dark influence has changed her mind.
Books. Yes, Gul'dan's tomes. Are you sure Khadgar didn't try to use them? Books of power. Books of knowledge. Books written in the language of chaos. Don't you worry, champion. All will be destroyed. Now, give me your ring. I need it. Give it here.
A green pentagram, tomes of chaos floating all around us, and Gul'dan asking for a ring. None of this seems right, so we answer her request with a sassy,
Oh, hell no!
Then I will take it from you, for the glory of Gul'dan. The Orb of Dominion spoke to me. I saw the truth. Khadgar is just a child, swaggering around, torturing his prisoners, playing with lives, dabbling in magics he pretends to comprehend. Very well, walk away. Nothing will stop Gul'dan, for the Legion stands behind him. Mark my words, your leaders will betray you. Azeroth will burn.
Gul'dan has lost her mind and she joined Team Burning Legion. After the fierce battle, the warden creates a portal and she walks away claiming that our leaders will betray us and that Azeroth will burn. Now that Legion has been announced, it's possible that she's speaking the truth. We already know that we're going to wake up in a world burning. So does that mean that our leaders are going to turn against us? We will be shocked and surprised. I can't wait to find out what the future is going to bring. I can't wait to find out what exactly is going to happen. But I think it's safe to say that Gul'dan will definitely play a part in it. As we fly back to our garrison, we inform Khadgar of the events that transpired.
There is much we can learn here.
Khadgar's face falls as she describes your encounter at the tower. Gul'dan? Oh no, she's been very distant lately. I just thought that it was part of her Stone Cold Warden routine. I didn't realize. Ah, you see, this is exactly what Gul'dan does. He finds our weakness and he turns it against us. Be careful who you trust.
Be careful who you trust.
Ah, Gul'dan. Khadgar turns his eyes to the sea. Gul'dan. This is the moment where the questline splits up for the Horde and Alliance, and I'll first do the Alliance bit. Khadgar informs us that we can apply one final enchantment to our ring, but we must be cautious. Last time we augmented it, it nearly killed us, so we'll take a divine act to empower us further. Fortunately for us, we've made some very powerful allies during our time on Draenor. At the Temple of Kerabor, Yrel is waiting for us, and with the blessing of a Naru, our ring will become as powerful and unique as... well, as powerful and unique as we are.
Welcome, Commander. Khadgar tells me you've accomplished so many great things.
Yrel, Khadgar, the Exarchs and the Naru Ka'ara, combined with the spirit of Prophet Velen, they're waiting for us.
Take your knee, champion. It is a rare and special privilege to be blessed by a Naru.
Blessed are the torchbearers who bring the light to darkness. Blessed are the valorous who stand fast in an unjust world. Champion, a great darkness has taken root on Draenor. The righteous would flock to your banner. You must not falter. Go now with the light's blessing. Take the fight to our enemies. The fate of two worlds hangs in the balance.
Did you hear anything? Did the Naru speak to you? Please. Commander, whatever you should do next, know that you have the full support of the Draenei people. We stand with you.
The light has blessed its champion, and the ring has been empowered. Now on the Horde side, we don't need a divine act to empower us, and a big thank you to ADRcraft for allowing me to use this footage and actually show you the Horde side of things. Instead of a divine act, we're going to rely on ancient magic. Fortunately for us, we've made some powerful allies during our time on Draenor. We're sent to seek out Farseer Drek'thar at the Throne of Elements in the Grand. There we can receive the blessing of the elements and safely unlock the ring's final form.
Come
The
down.
elemental spirits of Draenor await you, champion of the Horde.
Commander, is that you? Your aura has grown quite strong.
Durotan, Draka, Thrall, Khadgar and the elemental furies are waiting for us.
For the very elements of Draenor tremble, friend. Can you hear them? Listen. Listen. Spirits of stone, lend your strength to our champion. Spirits of air, grant our champion quickness of mind and body. Spirits of water, give our hero the gift of your wisdom. Spirits of flame, lend us your fury, that our enemies will be driven before us. Arise, champion. Know that the primal heart of Draenor burns within you. Gul'dan will do all he can to sever our connection to the elements, to deprive us of their power. You must stop him. The fate of our world is in your hands, Commander. Lok'tar, Ogar.
The elements of Draenor have lent their powers to empower the ring, and now one final task awaits. We must defeat Gul'dan and unravel his plans for this world.
Come
With
back.
every passing moment, Gul'dan grows in power. But he no longer slinks through the shadows. We know where he is. We know what he's doing. Now we strike. May the light have mercy on all our souls.
The final task has us return to the Hellfire Citadel and confront the final boss, Archimonde, summoned by Gul'dan to bring about the end of the world. Thankfully, we are able to stop Archimonde, but Gul'dan isn't finished quite yet.
You made a pact.
Draenor is safe, but the Legion is more powerful than even Khadgar had imagined. And Gul'dan, that snake, he's still alive, somewhere. Stay here and celebrate with the others. You've earned it. But I will soon return to Azeroth to deal with this, and I hope you will join me there when the time comes.
You don't think it's over?
Gul'dan and the devils that command him are not so easily banished. I fear this is only beginning.
If you ever need us, we will be here.
Until we meet again.
A great man once told me, in the light, we are one. The future is ours, and we will see Draenor rebuilt. Together.
And that's the end of the legendary questline in Warlocks of Draenor, but not the end of the story. As we've seen with the announcement, Gul'dan has been sent to our reality and he opens a portal for the Legion. This time they're not aiming at alternate Draenor, this time the invasion is going to happen on our Azeroth in our timeline. The presumed to be Guardian Khadgar flies away from Karazhan, which is apparently a very important building for the next expansion. He warns the world, heroes of the Alliance and Horde are rallied once more, and this time we'll be the ones claiming powerful artifacts and fight over the sake of the world. As Gul'dan and their troops, they're trying to bring the dark tide Sargeras into the world.
For we stand once more upon the brink of destruction. The Burning Legion has returned.
Time will tell how the storyline is going to continue. We've received some confirmation, some spoilers already, but I'll link to that video in the description in case people want to avoid those massive spoilers. You don't have to hear them. Which means we've reached the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching, everyone. Tomorrow, just a heads up, I'll upload the full version of the Legendary Questline, which is simply a combination of the individual videos into one. I've done this many times before, it makes it a lot easier to link it across the internet, so just so you know that you're not surprised tomorrow like, hey, this isn't really a new lore video. No, it's just a combination of what I've done. On the screen, I've linked a few videos that you might find interesting, and I've also placed the links in the description. There's the story of Hellfire Citadel, in which I talk about the bosses and what exactly happened in Tanaan Jungle. There's the story of Legion so far, the information and story already known for the next expansion. The story of Archimonde, the events that took place in our reality before we took him on in Draenor. And then of course, the story of our Gul'dan. We've been chasing his alternate version throughout Draenor and beyond. This video talks about his story from our reality. My Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch channel, all the links are on screen and in the description below. Once again, thank you so much for your time, everyone. Have a great week, subscribe if you like my videos, and until next time, guys, see ya!